Can my Garmin coach me to a PB? Hi, I'm Lucy, I'm an amateur runner, and today I'm going to be recording a video all about using the Garmin daily suggestions and whether they can coach me to a PB. Before that though, we need a little bit of a recap of how we've got to this point. Now apologies, I've recorded this earlier in the week on a much worse camera. So if you can just bear with that for the content, I'd appreciate it. It will get better. As you can tell, this is my first YouTube video. I've been running for quite a while, but never consistently. So I used to do just like park run once in a blue moon. I started kind of couch to 5k about 8 years ago, and then didn't really run for a while. I'm a pretty serious asthmatic, which always I thought limited me on whether I could run like ever further than 5k and faster than 45 minutes. And then in 2022, through work, I signed up to run the Great Manchester Run 10k for children in need. So I followed a 6-week plan. I can't even remember where I got the plan from in 2022, because I just thought it would be a really good challenge, running with colleagues, knowing that I'd have to commit to doing some training. And just for me at the time, 10k was, it felt impossible. I'd never run further than 5k. I never thought I could run further than 5k. So I completed the Great Manchester Run. I really wanted to complete it in under an hour, which was really ambitious at the time, I think. And I managed to do it in 1 hour and 47 seconds. So yeah, that kind of, I don't know, I kind of just got the running bug. I was kind of training consistently. Again, I can't remember how much I used to train. Probably like 3-4 times a week. And that really just sparked, say, an addiction to running. And then once I kind of knew I could do 10k, it was, well, if I can do 10k, then what's next? What do I do next? So I flirted with the idea of doing a half marathon, but half marathon felt like such a huge job. Like, even the word marathon would like fill me and my mum, my husband, with fear. So I signed up to do the Great South Run in the October. So I'd run the 10k in the May, and I thought, 10 miles is kind of a nice halfway point between a 10k and a half marathon. So I trained for that. Unfortunately, got really sick and got a stomach ulcer 2 days before the race in Portsmouth. Even got down to Portsmouth. Was just in so much pain. I had to drive home, which I was really sad about, because I'd actually raised quite a bit of money for Alzheimer's Society. So because I'd kind of made true on that promise, and obviously I'd raised money, the kind people had donated for my training and to run the race, I did feel like I had to, and I wanted to kind of follow through on my half of the bargain, so to speak. So I'm actually running the race. So there aren't a lot of 10-mile races knocking around. So I thought, well, if I can't do 10 miles, then I better do a half marathon, because it should be at least equal to or more than the distance that I'd committed to through my charity fundraising, I guess. So I signed up for the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park half marathon, which is obviously in London. And that was a few weeks later. And I managed to get round there in, I think it was like 2:18:33, I want to say. I'll put the time up somewhere on either side of here, but I actually ended up doing it in. So considering I'd gone from like not running to, completing a 10k and then a half marathon, naturally my brain went, oh, okay, well, I can do a half, so let's sign up for a marathon. And obviously with running, you get, I don't know, I guess if you're watching this, you do enjoy running. You do get a bit addicted, and you do, really enjoy seeing your progress. And because when you're a new runner, you tend to see progress quite quickly. I signed up for the Manchester Marathon in April. Unfortunately, in February, I ended up getting an injury. So I ran a half marathon in 2:11:33 in February as a kind of a halfway point to in the Manchester Marathon training plan. And then managed to get post-tib tendinopathy. So that took me out of running Manchester Marathon. And I had to be very, very disciplined in like really being patient on
waiting for my ankle to heal so I could start training again. So it was a very slowly, gently back to running. And then, fast forward to the October 2023, and I ran Chester Marathon, my first marathon, which, to be honest, was I think I was actually wearing the same top that I'm wearing now, which was like the most amazing experience. I absolutely loved Chester. It was a really hot day. I mean, it didn't go perfectly. I did have some tummy pain. About, I don't know, I can't remember what point it was, maybe the 14-mile point. But apart from that, I had a good race. Didn't shit myself. Always plus. But yeah, I just loved it. So I'd also signed up to run the Walt Disney World Marathon weekend marathon in January of this year, 2024. Which was a much more relaxed affair. Lots of walk breaks, lots of trips to the loo in nice loos, jumping on a ride. It was great, and didn't really care about the time. The only thing was like beating the balloon ladies, who make sure that you're keeping to like the slowest pace. And I really loved it. It was great. And then I've had a bit of time off with a kind of what do I do next, and found out that I got a place for Berlin Marathon in September. So that's kind of nicely planned out my 2024. I think I'm definitely built for longer distances. I really enjoy like the endurance challenge. But in the interim, which is kind of why I'm making this video, I want to do a bit of speed work. So I've been kind of building back slowly since Disney. And yeah, now I'm ready to do like something in between. So I've signed up to run the Worcester 10K, which is part of the 10K marathon and half marathon. We're not doing the longer stuff. I'm just going to concentrate on the 10K. And I kind of fancied letting technology and data train me for that 10K and see if I can get a 10K PB. So I have 2 watches. I still have my Apple Watch, which is going to be my daily driver, basically, for like everything smartphone and smartwatch related. So I just like that I can reply to an email on my watch and it's fine. But for like, I'd really missed a Garmin. I haven't had a Garmin since last August. I got rid of my Epics. I think I just got really deflated, and I took it very personally when I was given an unproductive training status or -5 performance condition on a run, and I took it really personally and decided it was gaslighting. So I just went back to Apple Watch, which has been fine. It's been absolutely fine. I've used apps like the HealthFit and Athletic, and they've been fine, but it's just not got that extra kind of like training data and like running specific information that I feel like I now want again at this point. So I've got a Forerunner 265S. It's got everything I would need. I'm not really bothered about topographical maps, so I didn't really care about that. And also for like the price point, was really happy with it. So I'm going to use the Forerunner 265S to see if it can train me using its kind of race dynamic daily workout suggestions to a 10K PB. I think I've built up a good base over the last 2 years nearly of running, and touch wood, I have no more problems with my ankle. So I'm just going to give it a go. I mean, I haven't really got anything to lose at this point. I just think I like the way that it kind of takes in things like HRV and my sleep and my training load and all these like lovely little bits of data that it gets in through some third-party data analytics company they've bought. And I'm going to see if I can get it to train me for this 10K, and hopefully I get a 10K PB. So my current 10K PB is 59:37, and I set that in August, so that was part of my Chester Marathon block, and I just did it with some lovely colleagues from work again on an evening. It was the Chase the Sun one at Salford Quays. So it was kind of flat, a few bridges to go up and over, and it was in the evening. I'd had quite a stressful day, like outside of work and in my personal life that day, so it probably wasn't the best of my ability. I hadn't eaten properly or drank much. Like it wasn't great, but I was still happy because that was my PB, obviously down from 1 hour and 47 seconds. I was so happy to get like sub 60 minutes. So I kind of want to see if I can get another PB. I don't know if that's going to be 58 minutes, if I'm going to be a little bit more ambitious. But I am currently suffering from a chest infection. So I'm on steroids and antibiotics to try and get rid of that. Although I feel fine in myself, and I started them yesterday. I'm already feeling better. So this is actually day 3 when I'm recording this. Being brand new to YouTube video creation, I just kind of wanted to redo I'd already kind of done this intro, but I think this one feels a little bit better. So you're going to go back in time in a minute to my first day. So this is actually day 3, and yeah, I might as well jump forward and let you know what I did yesterday, like last night, and then what I've got on the plan today. So I'm going to split this video into like every week. So this will be my week 1 and my introduction to the challenge. And then I'm going to release a video every week. So if you're interested, I mean, I hope you are, if that's why you're here. If you're interested in my journey and seeing if that can, inspired by Sarah Hartley's running channel video, which I've watched so many times, and many, many articles, posts on Reddit of people doing the same thing. Yeah, I'm going to see if this watch can pace me, coach me, train me using the Garmin daily suggestions, workout suggestions, if it can pace me to a PB. So yeah, buckle in, get a drink, and we're going to do week 1. So we're going to jump back 2 days now to like the first day of my challenge, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe, ring the bell, all those YouTube things, and yeah, let's see if technology can win. Yeah, I just went back and watched the day 1 footage, and I kind of repeat myself in what I've just said, so I'm just going to do it again, and I'm sure over these 9 weeks I will get better at YouTube and editing videos, but not doing a bad job so far, I don't think, mastering that editing software. So the way I'm going to do it, so this is just kind of as a little top up, and I'll do a little bit of a recap as well on day 1, as I'm now having to go back and do it again. It was too much repetition. So the way I'm going to track it is obviously every day I go into the race widget on my watch and I have a look at what it's giving me as like the next thing to do on the plan. So that could be a rest day, that could be a base run, that could be a threshold workout, that could be a recovery run. So there's lots of different types of runs, but as I'm in the base build stage, I think for the majority of March, most of it is going to be around building a strong aerobic base for all the kind of the harder work that will come during the build and the peak phase later on in the plan. Obviously, it's not a long plan, it's 9 weeks long. And the last few days have been base work only. So day 1, and I'm tracking all of this on an Excel spreadsheet because I am a massive nerd, if you can't already tell. For the data, I work in software for a living, so it kind of comes with the territory to be a complete nerd when it comes to data. So I'm using an Excel spreadsheet to kind of track my not only what Garmin has given me as a daily suggestion, but also then because what I really like about it is it works in minutes rather than distance, and it also you can choose to do it in heart rate or pace. So for the kind of base recovery easy stuff, I'm going for heart rate, and then actually even if you select heart rate as your preferred metric or way of recording or doing the run, you can still have it will still give you the pace targets for things like intervals or threshold. So yeah, here magically appear on the screen is what I've done already this week. So on Tuesday I had a 34-minute base run, which I did in 34 minutes. I was gonna say, how long did it take me? And that was 4.5k. My kind of pace target for that was 143 BPM. My heart rate target, I should say. Pace target was, I think, was 740 a k. But as I said, I was just curious of what it was going to give me for a pace. But I'm concentrating on heart rate. So I averaged 143, but my my heart rate did drift up to about 150 BPM. So I don't know how much of that is because I'm under the weather a little bit and I'm on a lovely concoction of medication to try and get my chest better. So I was going like what I felt like was really slow. My heart rate was still kind of drifting into zone 3. So as you can see, kind of like day 1 on Tuesday, it was kind of 50-50 zone 2, zone 3. Yesterday I went out and I really tried to slow it down even a little bit more. So instead of my pace being 7:38 a k, which it was on day 1, yesterday was kind of like 7:55 a k. So I really tried to slow it down a bit. I did have a couple of heart rate spikes, in which I decided just to walk for a bit, just to kind of get my heart rate down. There was one incident when I was quite loudly catcalled and beeped at while running, and that really freaked me out from a load of nice 20-something lads in a car. Just why do that? Why do you need to do that? So that really freaked me out actually, and I feel like I can take care of myself, but yeah, it really threw me off. So my heart rate actually really spiked at that point, and I struggled to get it back down because I was really paranoid that they were going to like stop the car and either kidnap me or kill me. So it's not funny. It isn't funny. It's just like, why do it? So yeah, I did have a couple of heart rate spikes, but overall I was like 2/3 in zone 2 yesterday and 1/3 in zone 3. So I was pretty happy with that. Today it is asking me for 43 minutes in zone 2, again 143 BPM, so it's another base run. So it's slightly more than yesterday or the day before, which were both the same 34 minutes at 143 beats per minute. So it's a bit longer tonight. I'm going to imagine, just based on kind of how far those runs took me, that it's kind of going to be about 5.5k tonight. Again, I'm going to really try and slow down. I'm going to do a different route tonight because I've been doing a couple of out and backs around some housing estates, and yeah, it's not really the vibe. So I'm going to kind of go down to the canal tonight. So it might be a slightly hillier route, so I'm expecting my heart rate to spike on the hills, but it will come back down again. I'm just going to really try and slow down. I am reading 80/20 running at the moment, the book, which I'm really enjoying. So I'm going to make sure that these base runs I do as slow as I possibly can. So I don't really want to go up to 143. If I can help it, I want to kind of stay in the like late 130s and really try and stay in true zone 2. Zone 3 for me is like 146 BPM. So even 143 is kind of at the higher end of my zone 2. Anyway, we'll stop rambling. But yeah, I'm really happy. So last 2 nights I've actually had like good sleep as far as Garmin's concerned. Last night, I think it's the steroids. They make me really anxious. Like they make me feel like how do we pronounce this? Prednisolone, if anyone wants to know. Taking 6 of those a day, delightful. They make me feel like I've got really bad anxiety. They give me like really bad, like butterflies. Like I'm about to sit an exam permanently. Because I also had a course a couple of weeks ago to try and fix my lungs, which are very crucial to running. So I don't know if that's also affecting my heart rate, but it's definitely affected my sleep last night. So I felt very restless, although Garmin seems to think that I actually slept fine. So that, I don't know, data. I feel well rested. I just was conscious in the night that I was waking up quite a bit, but yeah, it's the tablets. So we're gonna go really slow. I tend to run at about 4:30, which is when I finish work. I start earlier and finish earlier, which is great because my husband doesn't finish till about 5:30, which kind of got a lovely window, about an hour before he finishes work, and we have an evening together. So, yeah, I'll let you know how that goes tomorrow. Apologies for being a bit all over the place with kind of terms of content. I'll put my kind of spreadsheet up again here so you can kind of see what I've done so far and what I've got like kind of left on the plan for the next week or so. So I check all the suggestions every day to see if anything's changed, and it doesn't look like anything's changed. It's probably because Garmin knows I've had what it thinks is a good night's sleep. A few caveats. This is a new Garmin. I've started it from scratch. I didn't bring in any of my old Epics data just because from like last August to now I've I have set a 10k PB and I've ran 2 marathons, so I don't think the data would be wholly accurate of whatever it was bringing over from last year. So I kind of wanted to start from scratch. So I'm still missing things like my HRV, my training status, my training readiness, and it's going to take a few days and a few weeks to kind of get that data in, which I think will then probably change the plan again a little bit. But at the moment, it's giving me an improved VO2 max. So when I put the watch on Tuesday for the first time, it was giving me a VO2 max of 41. And then after I completed my run on Tuesday night, it'd gone up to 42, and it was up to 40, like it was still 42 again last night after my run. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's quite nice to kind of look at my watch every day, like when it just, I miss the morning report. How much do you love the morning report? I love the morning report. It's like, good morning, Lucy. Here are all the things you need to know about the day. And I really like what the workout is for that day, because it just kind of takes the thinking out a little bit. So yeah, lots of things to like. We'll see how it goes later on, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So I will maybe record again tonight, or I'll record again like this time, like lunchtime tomorrow, and I can give a bit of a recap. But I thought I'd just start again because I had recorded some content, but I'm just preferring this background and just a few other things in general. So we will get better. It will get better. So yeah, we're halfway through week 1 now, nearly. And tomorrow I can already see I've got a 22-minute recovery run, which is even slower than the base run. It's like, I think if I looked at the pace, it was like 8:20 a k. I don't even know if I can go like that slow. I mean, I can't. I just feel like, when does it go from like run, from walk to run? But we'll give it a go. We'll do what it says. We will obey the watch. And I can see I've got a rest day coming on Monday, which I'm sure I will be grateful for. I guess if I have if I have a bad night's sleep or something changes in the HRV, it might change. So this is what I've got at the moment, and we'll see where we go from here. I'm really excited. Hope you are too. And yeah, let's put this in the hands of Garmin and technology and see if I can get my 10k PB and what that looks like. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will be back tomorrow with more information on how today's run went. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.
3 hours later.
I have massively misjudged how far I thought I was running that. That was really interesting. It was definitely, God, I feel like I was going so slow, and my heart rate was still like 140, 143, 144. And interestingly, my VO2 max actually went down after that run. And I just felt really unfit. But I think that's the steroids, and I also think it's probably the antibiotics. So yeah, it's just like what I put as a bad run, I guess. Although it was, because it was time-based and not pace-based, it was going off my heart rate. I didn't feel like compelled to speed up or try and do it in a quicker time or anything like that, so that was quite helpful. But yeah, that one was hard. I'm really glad I've got a recovery run tomorrow of 22 minutes in like the lowest. I probably could power walk it, to be honest. But yeah, day 3 done. My. Yeah, I mean, it was horrible as well. As you can see, I'm finishing in the dark. It's like 6:30, so I finished work an hour late. But yeah, it's just not one of my favourites. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow will be better and it will continue to feel better. But today was just one that went in the bin. So yeah, I'll put the stats up. Hopefully we'll have put the stats up alongside this video so you can see. But yeah, just one of those bad ones. And we all have them, rule of thirds. So yeah, looking forward to recovery tomorrow. I'm even really hoping it gives me a rest day, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, see you tomorrow for day 4. I was just getting ready for bed. Steroids mixed with antibiotics is like, I have permanent heartburn. I have permanent anxiety. Like, let's see what Garmin has in store tomorrow. Come on, rest day. Come on.
The next morning.
So, you know how yesterday I really wanted a rest day? Garmin is having a laugh. My morning report. I was up quite early this morning. We have two dogs, two pugs, and they now decide to get up with sunrise. So I was up quite early. I did eventually get to bed after my moan to camera on how bad my heartburn was. And now I'll be fine for today because I have a bottle of Gaviscon as big as my head. I tried to have a really relaxing evening. I did eventually go to sleep. I'm not sure what time Garmin said I would go to sleep. I'll put it up there on what my actual kind of proper sleep stats were. But yeah, I mean, my resting heart rate has gone down loads. So it's down to, I think, like 54, which for me is like really good. And my HRV is up. So despite how bad I thought yesterday's run went, I guess I'm recovering really well. So Garmin has thought, you know what, she's doing so well. She's loving life. Look at what it has given me today. Tempo. So it's a 10-minute warm up, and then 3 times 8 minutes at 6:10 a k, which is like slower than my 5k pace. It is my tempo pace. Like, that's fine. It's just like, I was so hoping for a rest day, but I have a rest day tomorrow, so which I'm really hoping stays there. But I'm not going to jinx anything with Garmin now. So I'm recovering well. I'm actually feeling much better today, although I haven't taken the drugs yet. The drugs I have to take are not illegal substances. So that's my lunchtime activity. So yeah, we'll see how today goes. It's also then meant that my spreadsheet has changed and my runs for the week have changed. So I've now got a 40-minute base run now on Sunday, but I have got a rest day tomorrow, which I'm really hoping Garmin is going to honour and not go, hey, you're doing so well, have an anaerobic session. So yeah, so the spreadsheet has changed, and I've updated it. So this is kind of what the plan is now for the whole of week 1. So yeah, I'm kind of tempted to do it on the treadmill tonight, the run, because it's like a specific time at specific paces. And also, I don't know, I've just had 2 really bad experiences the last 2 days of being outside, and it's really damp and rainy and miserable today again. So I think I'm going to treat myself and go on the treadmill and, you know, just set it for, I say I could do a 10-minute warm up and then do, I guess, 30 minutes. I'm trying to work out the time. 3 by 8 minutes with 3-minute recoveries in between. So maths. So yeah, I can just kind of structure it on the treadmill like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try and finish on time today, because it's Friday. Hooray, we've made it to Friday. But yeah, I'm feeling much better today. Obviously Garmin thinks so too, because it's given me a tempo session instead of a recovery 22 minutes that I was looking forward to. So yeah, day 4. Let's go. I still haven't got training status or training readiness or anything. I think it says I've got to wear it for 3 days to get a training readiness. This is my 3rd day, so I'm hoping tomorrow I'm going to get training readiness, but I've got 5 hours left of recovery. I'm recovering as expected. My body battery was 100 this morning, so that was amazing. But yeah, it has changed my workouts for the next week, so yeah, I will have updated my spreadsheet by the time you see this, so I'll put that on the screen. But yeah, here's hoping for another good day. And a rest day tomorrow on a Saturday. What a gift. The sun's out, so I might actually go and do it outside, unless
12 seconds later.
What? 40 seconds. hill. But, oh my god, I was so interested to see if that was actually tempo, because I think that was threshold or maybe even VO2 max. Christ. Right, 20 seconds left and we'll have a bit of a debrief. Whew. Much nicer tonight. I ended up going outside because it stopped raining, so I'll take advantage of the fact that it was a nice dry evening. Ready for the 4, 2, right, let's see. Right. Oh, I will. Don't you bloody worry about that, Garmin. Don't you worry. Longest run. Love all this new Garmin stuff. Well, thank you so much, Garmin. Thank you so much. I mean, it's not, but thank you. Thank you so much. I love that I've reset my Garmin account. Right, let's go through the stats. Just going by this horrible shitty piece of wall. This is like such a horrible alleyway, but it's quiet here, she says. I feel like someone's just come walking behind me. I was hallucinating. That was hard. That was really hard. I think I did just over 7k, like 7.2k. I felt, oh, it's hard. I could have done it on heart rate because it wanted me to do it at 160, which would have been better because I think I would have then gone slower. But I chose paces instead, and my god, look, I told you, VO2 max. Even though it didn't go up, still at 41, which is fine. 41 is still really good for my age and gender, so I am taking 41. I think it was maybe last year I got up to 44, so there we go. But I'm so glad that's done. I'm so excited for rest and recovery tomorrow, but yeah, I'm glad I went outside to do it because it's actually a really nice evening. It's really sunny and it's quite windy. I was in a bit of a headwind on the way out, but no, I am ready for food, water and a rest day. And I'm really hoping if I go in now and have a look, it's going to say all the rest. But no, I've enjoyed the first 4 days of this, and excited for the rest of the week. So it's given me 45 hours of recovery, so that's like 2 days. So we'll see if it like programs anything now for Sunday, given how hard that was, and it might adjust the plan and paces accordingly, so we'll see. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, or Sunday. I might not do anything tomorrow if it's a rest day. I'll give you a recap on Sunday and do a bit of a week 1 roundup. So TGIF, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you on the other side. It's Sunday. We have made it to the end of the week. I'm just getting ready to go out and do my last run on the plan, which is the 40-minute base run at basically zone 2 heart rate. Yesterday was a full rest day. Couldn't even tell you how happy I was to see rest day come up in my morning report yesterday morning. So I literally took it super easy, even managed to have a nap in the afternoon, but yeah, just did some errands, walked the dogs, just took it really easy. I think it's difficult because I'd done something every day for the last 4 days. It felt like yesterday felt like I should be doing something, but I think that's where I've kind of fallen down in the past, is not taking rest days as seriously as I take the workout days. So and also we've got a new recording setup. The sun is shining. Things are going well, I think, although the data is saying that anyway. I've had amazing sleep. I've been getting to bed earlier because I've been getting up earlier. And yeah, it's just been much better. My HRV is up again, although I haven't got a kind of baseline for that yet. That's still going to take a few more weeks, but I have got training readiness, which has been like well recovered, great, whatever the blue one is. So that's really good. So I'm going to go and do my run now, and when I get back I'll do a proper kind of roundup of week 1. Right, I started my easy run, my 40 minutes. I'm going down to the river tonight just to enjoy view. The sun is out. I can't find my usual, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the wrestler, but that's what Christian calls me when I'm wearing them. And I can't find them anywhere, so it's just the normal sunglasses today. It's a shame, because the other ones are so stunning. But yeah, just keeping it super easy. 40 minutes, and then the week will be done. So let's go get this done. Week 1 complete, week 1 done. That was, I think my max heart rate went up at the end. So what does that say? Although I kept it in zone 2, Garmin just recommended a new max heart rate based on the workout I've just done. So I've accepted it, I'll accept the data. But yeah, I'm going to go in and we'll do a bit of a roundup of the week. We're done. Week 1 done. Yeah, so mileage for this week ended up being 26k, almost exactly actually, which is very satisfying. It's like 26.03k. So yeah, obviously about 10k more than I did last week, so not a 10% increase as it should be, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling all right. I'm not feeling particularly tired or there's no niggles, which I would hasten to say that, touch wood. But yeah, and I'm really enjoying not having like weeks and weeks and weeks like worth of plan out in front of me. And it's quite nice seeing every day, like maybe the plan will change. I mean, I haven't looked since I've come back from that run, so it might not give me that crazy anaerobic session which I could see on the plan tomorrow. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So this is kind of like what the plan ended up being, or what the runs ended up being this week. So the majority of them were base runs. Out of the 5 runs I did, 4 of them were base runs, and 1 of them was a tempo session that ended up being my VO2 max session on Friday. So 4 out of 5 were base easy runs, which is 80-20, so bang on what it should be. I haven't ran five times a week since probably last year, so it's a little bit strange, but it's also quite nice because, I mean, running's my favourite thing, so the more I do it the better. I mean, I think that's right. But anyway, I've really enjoyed this week. This whole video process has actually been really enjoyable, so if you've made it this far, thanks. I'm not really expecting anyone to watch this, but if not, I've just got like a really cool little video diary of this whole experiment, which is really exciting. So sleep's been good. I mean, I've only got like Tuesday to Sunday data, so you can see my sleep has been pretty consistent. HRV has been pretty good. It's definitely on the way back up, and resting heart rate is down. So all of the kind of health factors which would be telling me how my body's responding to this amount of effort and, I guess, I don't know, workouts, number of sessions, the load, shall we say, is actually fine. So yeah, I'm excited to see what week 2's got in store. At the moment it's looking like there are 2 base runs, a recovery run, and 2 anaerobics. So at the moment that's what it looks like, but as we found out, this can change. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me this week, and I hope to see you next week for part 2, week 2, of whether this little piece of tech can get me to a PB. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all those things. Bye.